Hey guys, it's Unclejona here, back with a cider review, a homebrew cider review. It's the last one. It's day 5 from Cider Meister up in Scotland. Alan, really nice guy. And this is the final one. Has been in the fridge overnight. I don't know if you can see my camera skills. Oh, there you go. It says CS, Cider Silver. Now, according to a spreadsheet of doom, apparently this has got some strawberries in. So I will try not to make that mistake again. They call this a Moretti cider. No, that's the type of bottles that it was in. This is a strawberry cider. So it's called, let's have a look. Apples in there. We've got Cross the Lane. So I guess that's a location. Tom Putt cider, so maybe that's a go. Some Bramleys, Court Pendu, so they're probably a type as well, and 2.25 kilos of strawberries in a 16-litre batch. That's quite a lot of strawberries. But then strawberries, they don't give out much juice, as anyone who's tried to press strawberries will tell you. Like the other ciders, this one's made with WLP 775. So it's the English cider yeast, and he's used that cider yeast across the board. However, he has also made a starter using 2 bottles of last year's cider. So he's added the yeast from there, and I can't remember. No, I don't think that was the one that I got, but I remember the ones I got had started to ferment with the yeast from his back garden, which was crazy. But he's called this one the wasp flavored batch. So I don't know if that was last year's, these ones are 2021, but the 2020 that he's used as a starter, which is crazy. Anyway, OG is 1049 and got down to a pretty reasonable FE of 1004. 004. So again, reasonably dry. This was finished on giving 6.1% on the ABV. So we've got a mixture of the apples plus the strawberries plus the odd wasp or two from last year plus whatever yeast he used last year. Complicated. I'm glad. I am actually pretty glad, even though I got one wrong. I'm glad I had this. People that do spreadsheets, I love a good spreadsheet. Absolutely love it. Right, let's see what we get here. Nice. Ooh, yeah, that does have a bit of a strawberry kind of thing. We have my tasting glass that I have been using for the whole thing. This is the Canterbury Special, which I got from my good friends in the civil service. Can't tell you where it was because I'd have to kill you. But when I left, they gave me these tasting glasses, which was very nice of them all. So if you guys are still watching my videos, I've eased back a little bit on the videos. So I used to do one literally every single day, but I've kind of backed off a little bit. Wow, look at that. Okay, frosted the glass. That's mainly because this bottle has been in the fridge overnight. But that is very clear and is a tiny bit dark pink, maybe reddish. You could argue that that's from the type of apples used, especially if you add the skins. If you have like what are the red ones, like a Dabinet or something, like a red apple, sometimes the pigment in the skin, especially if you mush them up enough, can give you a tiny little bit of rosé kind of colour to your cider. But hey, don't listen to me about that. Why don't you go over to Alan's channel He's called the Cider Meister. If you, I'm going to leave it in the description down below. I've been good. I've actually done what I said I was going to do for a change. But yeah, his his YouTube channel is there. You can check him out. He doesn't do huge amount of videos, like not mega amounts, but he does do some really cracking videos. So cheers to you, dude. Ooh, I am getting that kind of sourness, and I'm getting a tiny bit of the strawberry. This is going to be interesting. I think this might be a little bit more sour than I'm expecting it to be. But anyway, cheers and beers. This is the last one. This is number 5. And yeah, thank you very much, Alan, for supplying the ammunition for this really short short series on reviewing ciders. And I don't drink cider all the time, but when I get a nice cider, ooh, very, very good. Cheers and ciders, everyone. Ooh, wow. Ooh. Interesting. So it is a bit sour, but it's sour kind of up front, a little bit like kind of like an apple cider vinegar, but really light. It's not, it doesn't pull away from the actual cider itself too much, but it does have that sort of sour kind of chewiness. But the straws are there too. I kind of know, yeah, I kind of get that waspy kind of thing going on. But what it reminds me of is like an apple brandy, like a Calvados. I don't know if you drink much brandy or apple brandy specifically, but those fermented or no, not fermented. All cider's fermented. What's it called? Uh, what they call brandy? Fortuned? No, what is it? I can't remember. Something beginning with F. Someone in the comments will tell me. But what they do to apple brandy, yeah, it tends to give you that kind of sourness. I'm not really a sherry or a brandy lover, to be honest, but every time I've had it, I've got that kind of woodiness. If someone had said, "Ah, this cider has sat in a wooden cask for a few months, even a year," I would not be surprised. I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, that's where it comes from." And it does kind of have that kind of hotness, that alcohol kind of aroma. And it's 6.1%. But if someone said this was 7 or 8%, I'd be like, yeah, no problem. It's only when you drink it that you get a little bit of kind of wateriness, juiciness, that kind of thing. Yeah, that sourness, that kind of woody kind of toastedness comes up. But then the water comes through, the juiciness washes your palate reasonably clean, which is nice, to be honest, because there's not much lingering aftertaste to this. Sometimes you get that kind of, I say this in a really nice way, and I'm not saying this has that taste, but some sort of ciders, especially from sort of West Country farms and that kind of, even around here as well. I'm trying a cider tomorrow. It's going to be an 8.5%, absolute bad boy from the farm down the road. But some of them have that kind of acidic, like battery kind of acid. You know, like licking a battery. You get that lemon kind of thing going on. But this one doesn't have that. And you get that nice washing of your palate, which is cool. And then you do get like sort of aftertaste, like, I have been drinking cider, but it's almost like you've been doing it hours ago and not literally just 30 seconds ago. Wow. And 2.5 kilos of strawberries in there, well, 2.25 kilos. And the strawberry isn't the thing that kind of is up front. It's very much kind of, it's there, but it's not up front. It's kind of secondary. I think though this is my second favourite. So let's do a quick recap before we call it a day. So my absolute favourite was day 3, which for Alan's benefit was the dark green one, I think, which was a batch that he also did with raspberries. I didn't like that one so much. So that was my favourite. This one, the silver one, the strawberry, is probably my second favourite. Then there was the absolute ridiculous purple one, which was basically a mix of every single apple that he could lay his hands upon. He scrubbled up or mashed up, pressed, made them into his cider. But that one didn't come with. No, that was just apples. So the other two, yeah, was the strawberry and raspberry one, and the one that I like, but with added raspberries. Oh, sorry, blackcurrant, strawberries and raspberries, and the one with just raspberries. They kind of the ones that I didn't like so much, and I think that was purely due to the fact that sometimes, hedgerow fruits, you think it's going to add some sweetness and stuff, and it tends to make it even more bitter. So I think those ones you probably want to really think about back sweetening, because the flavour was okay, but it was just that real overpowering sourness. Whereas this one, the strawberry one, not so much. It is a bit bitter, but not as much as the other ones were. So I think that's totally different, because I've watched Alan's video on him tasting all his ciders, and weirdly he did it all in one video, and I've made five videos all over 10 minutes. So almost an hour's worth, and I think he did it in one video. So Alan, cheers and ciders to you, my friend. I was really feeling a bit down, as some of you noticed, mainly because I've wasn't kept on in my contract, even though it went 7 months over what it should have done. But that was giving me signs of, oh yeah, maybe they keep you on. But no, end of contract, off you go. And Alan very kindly sent me some ciders. I have actually made some homebrew myself. Not cider, it's beer. Is it the best one in the world? No. But once I get up and running, I will definitely be sending you some of my my homebrewed type stuff. Whether you want to review it or not is entirely up to you, man. But you've been so kind to me by sending me this cider. It's absolutely amazing. Might even get my apple scrobbler thing out. I can never think of what that thing is. I think he's actually told me what the right term is, but yeah. You sort of crush the apples before you put them in the press. And I've got a press too. So yeah, this video is probably, yeah, we're at 15 minutes now, so I'm going to end it there. But Alan, thank you very, very much for cheering me up. Thank you for some lovely ciders, even the ones that I didn't find that great. Thank you very much for sending them, because I think your favourite and my favourite are not the same batch or not the same cider. So yeah, it just goes to show that with things that you create at home, you can make it for your own pleasure, your own taste. But if you let other people try, and if you're doing homebrew, I would really recommend that you share your homebrew with other people. It really does make a difference. Whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's your local home brewing club, please share some of your wealth with other people, because that's what it's all about, really. Like I say, pardon me. So there, even though it didn't look that carbonated, there was a bit of carbonation in there. So tomorrow I am going to be doing a local cider. I'm going to stay on the cider, and then we'll get back to beer. I have got a couple of videos that I've filmed, but I haven't released them yet. So, cheers, and home brewed, whatever beverage you want to do. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the other side.